Wait, is it vlogmas time already? Unbelievable. Oh well, here we go. So let's do it! Quite a few questions about Hey guys, so we just got back home from work/gym and today is a Saturday, so that just means it's time for me to put in our timesheet. Well, Jude and I agreed that instead of taking turns and putting our own timesheets, I'll just do everything because it's much easier and more convenient when we both work the same shifts anyway. Our timesheet is due every Sunday at 2 p.m. CST. Since we have a different time zone here, I always have to make sure to put it a day or hours earlier. But since we work on Sundays, there's no way for me to be pretty much flexible with it. So that's why I always work on it every Saturday night around this time. And it's a bit difficult for me to actually be more flexible with it because we don't stay at home on Saturdays anymore, unlike the previous months. So that's why I have to be very strict with my schedule to the point that I even set an alarm just to make sure not to forget to put in our timesheet, or else we won't get paid for the week. So yeah, I guess I'll start working on it. Anyway, before I do that one, in case you guys don't know, Jude and I work as travel techs here in this town. So that's why we have a different way of putting in our timesheet or our clock in out details. In this institution, they just do it a bit differently. They don't have a specific program or system for us to log in there and just type in the details. Instead, they just ask us to log in to our agency's website and put in our timesheet. I don't know, like maybe it works differently in different institutions, but that's just how it is here. So we're just complying with that. And of course, we have to record the exact time we arrived in the lab and we took our break. All in all, you have to be transparent with the time you came in and out, because aside from the fact that the management will review your details, people are also like observing you. So that's why you just have to be honest with everything and be transparent with it, so you won't have any trouble in the future, especially when you're trying to look for another assignment. And well, enough about that. Maybe I'll talk more about our travel tech journey in my next vlog or something like that. But for now, I'll focus on our timesheet because I just want to watch some vlogs before I call it a day. So let's do it! So this is how I keep track of our clock in and out details. I just put it on my notes and then, it's like pre-programmed here already. I personally did this one. It's not really complicated. This way, it's easier for me to track our clock in and out details and type in everything. Hey guys, so right now it's 7:28 p.m. and it's Wednesday, December 18. So that just means tomorrow we're going back to work. Anyway, I've thought of answering some medtech related questions here on my vlog instead of doing it on TikTok. Well, on TikTok you can't post lengthy videos. You can only do, I think, a maximum of 3 minutes per video, and it's kind of hard answering or like explaining everything in 3 minutes. So that's why I've thought of just doing it on this vlog. So I've been getting quite a few questions about my experience back in the Philippines and the importance of getting an experience back home. First, let's start with my experience in the Philippines. I've worked as a tech for 5 years, specifically 5 years and 2 months in Cebu before I flew to the US. I'm honestly happy that I worked there for 5 years. I don't regret staying that long at all because I was just enjoying the moment. I was able to enjoy my youth. I was able to spend more time with my colleagues, turn to family. Maybe I'm just lucky that I was able to work with people who are like family to me. Like, I don't know, it was just memorable in a fun way. So moving on, some employers don't require techs to have experience back in the Philippines, while there are others that would strictly require you to have at least 2 years experience. It just really depends on which hospital you're applying to, but personally, I would suggest getting at least 2 years experience for you not to feel overwhelmed with everything. So when you start working here in the US, you have to learn the LIS system, their policies, the test procedures. There are just so many things to remember to the point that you'd feel overwhelmed. Honestly, when I first started here, I felt overwhelmed even with my 5 years experience, it's just really different from the system back in the Philippines. Here, they just have like so many tests that you don't normally encounter back home. Plus, you also have to adjust to the culture because it's completely different here. So there are like a lot of things or a lot of adjustments that needs to be done. Personally, I would suggest to have at least a year or two of experience back home, so you'd have a basic idea on the things that you'd like apply once you come here to the US.